Think of your body as a high-performance machine. You probably spend a lot of time thinking about your skin health, your heart health, or perhaps your waistline. But there's one hidden foundation, a literal hammock of muscles that most women in the Western world completely ignore until something goes wrong. And by the time they notice, they often feel it's too late to fix. We aren't talking about your heart or your lungs, we are talking about your pelvic floor. It is the most underrated part of the female anatomy, yet it governs your comfort, your confidence, and your daily freedom. In the United States and Europe, millions of women suffer in silence from issues related to this area. Why? Because we've been told for generations that certain accidents or discomforts are just a normal part of aging or a price you pay for motherhood, but that is a myth. Whether you are in your 20s or your 60s, understanding this body part now can prevent years of physical and emotional distress later. Today, we're going to look at why this invisible muscle group is failing so many women and, more importantly, how you can take control before the damage becomes permanent. So what exactly is the pelvic floor? Imagine a powerful sling made of muscles and ligaments stretching from your pubic bone at the front to your tailbone at the back. Its job is massive. It holds your bladder, your uterus, and your bowel in place. It acts as the basement of your core. When this basement is strong, everything stays where it should. But when it weakens or becomes too tight, the structural integrity of your entire midsection begins to fail. Because these muscles are internal, we don't see them in the mirror, so we don't realize they are atrophying or straining until the symptoms become impossible to ignore. One of the first signs women ignore is what doctors call stress urinary incontinence. You know, the feeling a little leak when you sneeze, laugh, or go for a jog. In many cultures, this is joked about among friends as a mom trait, but medically speaking, leakage is a cry for help from your pelvic floor. It means the muscles can no longer withstand the pressure from your abdomen. Ignoring this doesn't make it go away. Over time, those small leaks can turn into a total loss of bladder control, leading many women to withdraw from social activities or stop exercising altogether out of fear of embarrassment. The second major issue is pelvic organ prolapse, or POP. This sounds terrifying, and for many it is. This happens when the pelvic floor muscles become so weak that the organs they are supposed to support, like the bladder or uterus, actually begin to drop down into the vaginal canal. Women often describe this as a feeling of heaviness or like they are sitting on a ball. According to health data from the US and Europe, nearly 50% of women will experience some degree of prolapse in their lifetime. Yet, many wait until the condition is severe before seeking help, often assuming surgery is the only option. Why does this happen? The causes are more common than you think. Pregnancy and childbirth are the most famous culprits, but they aren't the only ones. Chronic constipation and the resulting straining can wreck your pelvic floor over time. High-impact sports, a chronic cough, and even the hormonal changes during menopause play a significant role. When estrogen levels drop, the tissues in the pelvic floor lose their elasticity and strength. This is why many women feel fine in their 30s and 40s, only to have everything seem to collapse once they hit their 50s. The most dangerous mistake you can make is believing that it's too late. Many women in their 60s and 70s assume their bodies are simply broken. But the pelvic floor is made of muscle, and like any other muscle in the human body, it can be rehabilitated. However, the solution isn't always just doing more Kegels. In fact, for some women, their pelvic floor is actually hypertonic, meaning it's too tight and stressed. In those cases, traditional squeezing exercises can actually make the problem worse. This is why the rise of pelvic floor physical therapy in the US and Europe has been a game changer. If you are experiencing heaviness, frequent bathroom trips, or leakage, the first step is to stop treating it as a taboo topic. Verified medical institutions like the Mayo Clinic and the NHS emphasize that pelvic health is a pillar of general wellness. You should look into diaphragmatic breathing, which helps sync your breath with your pelvic movement, and seek out a specialist who can evaluate whether your muscles are too weak or too tense. Taking 5 minutes a day to focus on this ignored body part can be the difference between an active, confident future and a future spent worrying about where the nearest restroom is. You wouldn't ignore a broken bone or a toothache, so don't ignore the very foundation of your body. It is never too early to start caring for your pelvic floor, and with the right approach, it is almost never too late to see an improvement. Your body supports you every single day as time you return the favor by supporting the muscles that hold it all together.